favorite things to hear in the morning. Hello guys, what's up? Welcome back. Today we are going to be touring both of my cars. I have an A3 and an SQ5, so let's just jump right into it.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left.
We are in the A3 and I just love this car. It was such a good car and it still looks like brand new inside because I'm such a freak about my cars. Really the main complaints that I had for this car are that it's super low to the ground, so you have to take everything at an angle, and it just doesn't work in Utah with so many potholes. So annoying to drive. It was super fun to have for a little while. It's super fast. When you put it in sport mode, like, that was enough for me. And my car, my SQ5, I never put in sport mode because it's already fast. My one complaint is this cup holder situation. It just doesn't fit really anything. You can see right here, there's this little mark where my drinks used to just rub right on there. It has the little screen that pops up. Honestly, yeah, I'm kind of sad. I'm gonna be selling this car. It has the sunroof, as you can see. It just didn't have a ton of like leg room for passengers in the back seat, and I have my nephews a lot, so that made it kind of hard. The trunk space was honestly good for like a sedan, but again, I just needed a little bit more room, so that's why I upgraded to the SQ5. I am really actually kind of sad to sell this car because I've loved it so much. The first like really nice thing that I feel like I could buy for myself, but I honestly just don't drive this car. It's a lot stiffer to drive, and I'm just, yeah, low to the ground. I just haven't driven it, so there's no point in me keeping it.
The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's...
Okay, we are in the SQ5. And I wanted to, yeah, just kind of show you guys around, let you guys know what I like, what I don't like about each of the vehicles. I would say overall, I love them both. I have not had this car for very long. This is my newest one. I've had it for maybe a month. And I'm absolutely obsessed with it. Let me actually start the car for you guys because for A, it's hot in here. And so you guys can hear, this is seriously what really sold me on the car. This is one of my favorite things to hear in the morning. Okay, hopefully that doesn't make it hard to hear me because it's on, so it kind of like rumbles as it's sitting here. But I want to show you guys around the new car that I'm so excited about, and I made a short kind of how I set some of it up. Like, I got a few cleaning items. I did not have like a sunglasses thing. I did not have like a little sunglasses thing up in here, so I got just a little clip. Yeah, this car is so much nicer than my other one. It has the push to start button. Finally, my other one didn't for some reason. It has the carbon fiber trim. It has like this suede material on the doors and leather. It's just so much nicer. It has the sport steering wheel, and the specific package that I got is like an LED package. So at night there's like lights all over and everything. And I also got the black optic package, and in both of my vehicles you'll notice the visor is black, which is, I don't know why, super important to me. I just think it makes the car look nicer. I don't like the two-toned when people have like a gray roof, and it just is easier to keep clean if you ask me, because not a lot shows up on black. The seats in this one have the diamond stitching, which is something like I never thought I would have. I always was just like, oh, that's so nice. I'll never be able to afford a car that has that. And I'm honestly so just grateful for this, yeah, even being able to buy a car. The cup holder situation is better. So I can fit a Stanley if I wanted to. There's nothing blocking it. It also has this, which charges your phone, or it also charges AirPods. And then this is the storage. Again, it's not much better than the other one. It is better, but not by much. But the glove box is a lot bigger, and yeah, so I can fit a lot more stuff. I have this little pocket up here. As you can see, I always keep my nephew's little booster seat in here because I have nothing else to keep in here anyway. I love that this car has CarPlay. And I also get to select like my drive type. So it has air suspension, so I can raise and lower the car, which is amazing for my driveway because my driveway is so steep and ridiculous. So that has come really in handy, and I am obsessed with sunroofs just in general. But I love that this one's panoramic. I'm definitely into cars, so I wanted to show you guys, you know, for the car lovers out there that wanted to see, but also I just wanted to talk about like why I bought this car, and yeah, just kind of, yeah, the logistics of like the decision making behind it, because obviously spending money on a vehicle is stressful, especially in today's world of what's going on with interest rates and all that. A big factor that went into me buying this car is that I have to become a different person and be a different person to be the girl who drives this car. Like, for me to be able to afford that, I have to be very like focused on my goals. And I know that money isn't everything and materialistic things don't matter, and honestly I feel like I know that now more than ever, because this car, it was like it was a big deal, but it also wasn't. Like, I don't really care as much as I did when I bought my first car. I thought I was like the coolest person on the planet. And now it's not really about that. I honestly don't care what other people think. And it's more of showing myself that I can do these things. It really has nothing else to do with anyone else. But yeah, I just knew in my other car, I was just living very comfortably. I wasn't like pushing myself to work harder. Yeah, I was just very stagnant, and so yeah, I needed a new car for A. That car had way too many miles, and yeah, like I said, I had it for like 5 years. I needed something that was bigger to fit my nephews, so I was gonna buy a new car anyway. I drove the Q5s and the SQ5s, obviously the nicer one won. Don't do that to yourself. If you're like, no, I'm gonna get a Q5, just go drive the Q5. Don't drive the SQ5, because you're gonna fall in love with it, which is exactly what happened. And now we are here, and I'm so grateful and thankful that, yeah, like my business is doing well enough. And I don't even, like, it's so much sweeter when you do it by yourself, for yourself. When I bought my other Audi, like, yeah, it was cool, it was fun. It wasn't like super expensive. I had a job, I was a salary employee, and now like this is all funded by me. Like, my business that I built pays for this car, which is so wild to me. And I think that's why it definitely stressed me out, like thinking about that and how everything was really on my shoulders, and like there's no one that's coming to save me and no one that's coming to bail me out. But it also is sweeter because I did this all by myself. My brother-in-law was really into cars, and he was always just pushing me to buy something new because he knew I wanted to for a while. I didn't just make this rash decision. I'd been thinking about it for at least a year. And yeah, I mean, we had talked about it a lot. I had showed him photos, not of this car. It was pretty much identical to this car. It was just more expensive. But yeah, literally I bought the identical car, and I remember showing him pictures of this car and how he was so excited for me. Unfortunately, he passed away before I got to buy the car, but a few months before I had been looking at them, and he was just telling me how excited he was for me and how proud he was and how much I deserved it. Yeah, it definitely makes me sad that he is not here to see this and to drive it, but I know that he's celebrating with me still, and I'm sure I'll do a video on like grief and all of those things eventually. It was 3 months ago this week, which sounds like a lot of time, but it seriously feels like yesterday. I honestly feel like he like placed this car perfectly for me. Everything just literally lined up in the perfect way that I was like, this is it. And I mean, he knows I was always just very afraid of making the wrong decision, or yeah, like messing up or making a mistake. Something that I've been working through in therapy is thinking that there are like good decisions or bad decisions, and there is not like one decision that is going to be only good and one decision that's going to be only bad. We just like make these decisions and we deal with what comes with them, and like regardless of each path, they're each going to have their own challenges and their own ups and downs. And I know he knew that, so I think he definitely pushed me to get this car too, because it was definitely like a mental hurdle for myself to even allow myself to spend money on a car, even though I financially am more than able to. But I'm so happy about this car. I'm so excited. And yeah, it's just like the natural progression in life of like taking the next step and taking on a little bit more stress with this decision than my last car. And I'm sure it's going to be very stressful when I buy a house. So like easing into that also I feel like has helped. And it just like motivates me more to want to accomplish other goals, and not just like materialistic goals either. One thing I will say, before, I'm very thankful that there are things that I've figured out before I've been able to attain like a certain amount of wealth, is like my relationship with God, and knowing that nothing here on this earth is going to fill that void. It's only Him. And that like satisfaction and that comforting feeling of knowing that literally none of this matters. This is fun. This is great. And yeah, I'm able to like drive my family around now and take my nephews places and pick them up, and I can move like some furniture. I helped my sister move. I was able to lay all my seats down and help her move. Especially with my brother-in-law passing away, you really realize what matters and what doesn't. So yeah, I think keeping all of those things in perspective, and there is a balance in all things. Wanting a specific car isn't bad. I'm so excited, and yeah, I'm sure we're gonna go on lots of adventures in my new car. Yeah, I really want to take it on a road trip. But if you guys have any questions for me, leave them in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe before you leave, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.